The Karate Kid was the movie that launched 1 million community center karate students, and for a brief moment gave parents the mistaken impression that we treat doing chores like karate practice. I'm Chris Goodmakers, and these are the questions we need answered about Cobra Kai, and not just life in general. Although, does anyone know what compound interest is? Because it would be helpful for me to know. Season 5 left us with a lot of questions, especially about what happens next. Silver is in jail. Manuel and Samantha finally seem to have worked out their issues. In the last moments though, we find out that Kreese is broken out of prison. The ironic thing is, he didn't even have to. Raymond changed his testimony. Silver is going to jail for the crime he framed Kreese for. He can't teach Cobra Kai as a fugitive. While he marveled at Daniel's ability to hold a grudge, Kreese seemed to wallow in his rivalries. The biggest at-risk factor is Johnny and his new family arrangement given Kreese's obsession with his former student. Terry Silver has been defined by two striking characteristics: his relentless enjoyment for doing bad things, and his ability to manipulate people into hurting themselves. Part of his edge is being stupidly rich, even after he got fined for making that guy dump the sludge in Borneo while taking a bubble bath in a giant sink. He's an odd dude. However, he's also pretty powerfully connected. Is he really going to take the fall? Or will his allies and his expensive lawyer be able to get him back on the street in time for the karate tournament of his dreams? Is he really done menacing the LaRussos? Or will he turn his wrath on a free Kreese? Kreese may even develop the power to finally kill a man with a single hard, wrinkly stare. If there's one thing that the Karate Kid and Cobra Kai has established, it's that bullying can really linger, and karate doesn't necessarily make that better. You can get a series of increasingly intense bullies. One minute you're trying not to get beat up for being part of the computer club, and the next you're having to defend the honor of some small business that only exists because two adults couldn't work things out. Kenny was having a hard time being roughed up by bullies until Robbie introduced him to Cobra Kai. Unfortunately, it was just in time for Cobra Kai to get way too intense. He lost his empathy and has turned the tables on Anthony. Will Kenny be able to pull out of the dark side? Or will he forever be doomed to live his days as the evil Darth Kenny? One of the biggest additions this season was the daughter of the man who taught Kreese and Silver the karate that would eventually become Cobra Kai. She's been recruited by Terry Silver's promise to bring her father, Kim Sun-young's form of karate, Tang Soo Do, worldwide. But it's not just that Silver can't follow through. De-Eun has her own relationships that clash with Silver's plans. She tells Silver that it is unfortunate that Kreese was in jail. While Kreese and Silver have both put their faith in Tori as their champion, De-Eun is not impressed and instead favors the new pupil and former Eagle Fang member Devin Lee. Will she continue training Devin to bring Tang Soo Do to the world? Who could have looked at the original Karate Kid trilogy and out of all the bullies known that Chozen would end up as the most endearing? Chozen is devoted to protecting the LaRussos, and he even takes down Terry Silver. That, coupled with his earnest nature, have made him one of the most lovable characters in the series. We even find out that he's carrying a torch for Kimiko. What better meet-cute is there than Chozen threatening her life in order to challenge his rival to a fight to the death? Lingering out there is another student who Miyagi managed to make a mark on: Julie Pierce and her struggles against Colonel Dugan, Ned Randall, and Alpha Elite. Do the creators of Cobra Kai even consider it a part of the lore? And what's Hilary Swank up to these days? Well, it turns out she's starring in her own Netflix series Away. So it shouldn't be hard to just walk across to the Cobra Kai office and tell them she's ready for another go at the character. Maybe she can even bring back the pet hawk. The Sekai Takai have been Silver's plan all along. Apparently being super rich is not enough. He wants to create a worldwide karate dynasty. The 9 Kwans in Korea got together and established Taekwondo, and it's such a popular form it's in the Olympics. I could never get past doing the splits though. The potential is there, but Silver is in jail. Would the combined Miyagi-Do Eagle Fang teams be that interested? The real surprise would be for Johnny's pre-Daniel rival Daryl Vidal to make an appearance. So far, Cobra Kai has given characters barely in the first movie more story and depth. We'll just have to wait for Season 6 to get the answers. But until then, I'm just gonna have to try to learn to do the splits finally. Oh no. That's not good.